Hey guys, welcome back to another video here on Toned In Entertainment, where we love pop culture. Today, it's time for another comic book review. Now, when we left off with issue number 2 of Silk, Kasha the Demon Kat was performing some type of ritual, and our hero, Cindy Moon, had a new therapist named Max, who just happens to be the brother of Saya Ishi, the woman that Cindy Moon is investigating. What will the ramifications be of issue number 2? Well, let's get on with my comic book review for Silk, issue number 3. As issue 3 begins, Cindy Moon is once again back in session with Max, and she's trying her best not to open up to him, but at the same time, not sound like a secret superhero. And while Cindy has done a decent job of keeping it all together, she does once again reiterate the fact that not only does she believe Saya Ishi is connected to all the craziness that she's been investigating, but that she's ready to confront her for an interview. Now, Max does ask her if she thinks it's safe to confront her if she is indeed connected to the murders, and Cindy will simply reply with she's just some pampered rich kid and that she'll be fine. Now, before Max has a chance to dig any deeper, Cindy will get an alert from her co-worker Derek that another cat attack is happening. As Silk swings over to the spa, she'll first come across a group of officers who have yet to enter the facilities because obviously trying to stop a demon cat is above their pay grade. Silk will swing into action inside the spa, but it's too late, at least for this guy, who I presume was just there for a little rest and relaxation. But as Silk wants to throw down with this demon cat once and for all, that's when Kasha once again decides to get out of Dodge and fight another day. However, Kasha will leave Silk with this warning message: consider this our last goodbye. After this altercation, Silk is feeling very frustrated in that she wasn't able to save the lives of the people that have put her trust in her. And fearing Kasha would strike again, that's when she swings over to JJ's, who not only is just fine, but has a delicious meal ready for her. During a conversation between the two, JJ will try and settle her down by telling her that she should know that she can't save everyone, and that if she continues at the pace she's going, she's never gonna last. The next morning, when Silk swings by to have a chat with Lola, she will once again prove why her nickname is Analog, as she asks Lola if she can dig up any info on the whereabouts of Saya Ishi. And in a blink of an eye, Lola is able to give Silk all the info she needs just by pulling up Saya Ishi's Instagram feed, where she's uploaded many pictures of her staying at the plaza in Manhattan. As Cindy Moon enters the plaza's lobby, she tries to come up with a story in hopes of getting Saya Ishi's room number. But for Miss Moon, hotel staff won't even have to call up to the room before one of Saya's goons comes to escort her and tells her that they've been waiting for her. As Cindy, with notebook in hand, finally gets to sit down with Saya, she wastes no time by telling her that FujiNet tech has been found on the people involved in the recent gang murders. Now, Saya will essentially dance around the question by trying to change the subject by talking about their signs, but Cindy will not back down and begins to not only press harder with her questions, but also shows photos from the crime scenes. But as Cindy Moon's Silk sense goes off the radar, this is when Saya Ishi will reveal that she knows that Cindy is Silk. And while Cindy will try to quickly think of how to handle this situation, Saya will give her the ultimatum: back off the story or she'll reveal her secret identity. Now, while Cindy doesn't seem to be too concerned about her identity being revealed, the fact that Saya Ishi also threatens her loved ones will be what ends this chit chat between the ladies, and we'll have the goon squad of Saya Ishi called in. And while Cindy could have easily handled these goons, she finds it in her best interest to get out of Dodge and to fight another day. Now, while Cindy goes back to threats and menaces and tries to make sense of all that is happening, once again she'll have to jet set out as she receives a note saying that the information she's been looking for on FujiNet will be given to her tonight if she arrives alone at 9 p.m. to an abandoned office building on Broadway. In the meantime, Saya Ishi will head down to check on Kasha, but much to her surprise, she will find Kasha in the process of raising a giant demon god. And as for Cindy, as she enters the creepy building, she's gonna come across none other than Silvio Manfredi, aka Silvermane, who says, "You want to know about Saya? And what kind of proud papa would I be if I didn't want to brag about my little girl?" Now on a scale of 1 to 10, I'm gonna give Silk issue number 3 a 7 out of 10. Now what exactly is Silvermane gonna tell Silk about Saya Ishi? And what plans does Kasha have for this giant demon god? All this and more when Silk issue number 4 releases on June 23rd. Alright guys, well that's going to wrap up my comic book review for Silk issue number 3. Now while I did rate issue number 1 and issue number 2 an 8 out of 10, giving issue number 3 a 7 out of 10 isn't necessarily a bad thing because I don't believe this series is going in a downward spiral. I just felt like it just didn't have enough oomph like the first 2 issues did. Now this being a 5-issue series, it really did serve its purpose in the bigger picture, as this is essentially a bridge gap to get us to those final 2 issues. Now what did you guys think about issue number 3 of Silk? Comment down below. And guys, if you like comic book reviews like this, because I will be covering the next and final 2 issues of Silk, make sure you stay tuned in here to Toned In Entertainment for future videos.
Subscribe to the channel. Do it. Go now. Do it now.